Okay, so this is going to be a video based off the news of El Generico signing with WWE. Something which has been in the pipeline for a while, and I think he passed his medical in the last sort of week or two, and is officially signed and will be appearing on NXT anytime, I think. So it's just kind of my reaction to that, and on a grander scale, my thoughts on WWE signing independent wrestlers, talents, whatever you want to call them, and whether it's good for the business or not. Which I guess there's a few different ways you can look at it, but from a purely selfish point of view, I absolutely hate the fact that WWE are basically cherry picking the best of the independent wrestlers, the best independent talent out there, sending them to NXT, turning them into a robot, into WWE style, and I honestly, personally, can't see any good in it whatsoever. I cannot find any solace in it. I understand, and I'm perfectly happy that the wrestlers themselves have to do it. If WWE asks them to sign up and shows an interest in them, then they're going to jump at the chance, because they could earn in 1 year in developmental or on NXT, they could earn in 1 year what it would probably take them 5 years to earn on the independent circuit. I understand that, and I'm not blind to the fact that, you know, you can't go on forever in professional wrestling, and you need to make your money. You need to make enough money to be secure, so when you get out of the business, you're financially set up to live a comfortable life. I accept that. That's the way it is for everybody in any walk of life. But to me, I mean, WWE is in a perfect position. They can just sit there. They can sit back, watch. They've got eyes all over the independent scene. Whether it's Vince McMahon or not, he'll tell you that he doesn't watch it. He thinks it's probably garbage. But he's got people that watch on a regular basis. They've got eyes all over the place on the independent circuit. And anybody that's drawing some attention or fanfare, they're going to take a close look. And more often than not, because of their lack of talent, not lack of talent, but their seemingly inability to get their own stars over, people like Kofi Kingston, Jack Swagger, Brodus Clay, all these guys are more than capable. They've got the guys that are already within the company that are more than capable of taking them to the next level if given the chance. McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Sandow, these guys are already in within the company. And WWE seems to think because they haven't gotten over yet and they've not become that breakout star, that it's their fault. They punish the talent for it, and so look outside of the company, outside the box, and start drawing all these independent wrestlers in, when it's not the talent's fault. It's not Cody Rhodes' fault. It's not Kofi Kingston's fault. It's not McIntyre's fault. You know, if they get given the chance, they're only as good as they're allowed to be. Sure, you can go a long way to making your own look. Look at Zack Ryder. He was a nobody. He was nothing. Probably on the verge of being fired, to be honest. He was going nowhere, and he made his own opportunities. And yeah, I understand that, but look at what they've done with him since. He got over. He won the United States title. He was probably, after Punk and Cena, he was getting the biggest reactions. Zack Ryder, without a shadow of a doubt. And look where he is now. They've stomped him back down to basically jobber status. He is a dark match jobber. That's what he is. From where he was maybe just over a year ago. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely disgusting. And as I say, so that they then feel forced to look outside of the company and try and bring in people from the independent circuit, which is fine, but they then mould them and shape them into a WWE robot, and they don't let them do what's getting them over on the independent circuit. And that's why I hate it so much. I mean, look at Punk. They treated Punk disgustingly. Vince McMahon I don't care what he says, up until Money in the Bank 2011, with the whole contract, shoot, quote unquote, interview, and the match with John Cena, Vince McMahon never thought shit of CM Punk. That's my opinion, and I think it would be pretty much anybody who knows anything about wrestling, that would be their opinion as well. He has never thought anything of Punk. When he first got there in 2005, 2006, Vince absolutely hated him. He thought he was out of shape. He thought he was sloppy. In fact, I think he was pretty much on the verge of letting him go, and it was Paul Heyman that fought for Punk. I'm not saying anything that people wouldn't be able to find out on the internet. I mean, I think it's on Punk's DVD as well, actually. I think he talks about it. That WWE just didn't see anything in him, and Paul Heyman kept lobbying for him, and eventually he got a semi-break when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, and he obviously feuded with The Undertaker, which was an absolute disaster. He was never ever booked as an equal to The Undertaker, ever. He was never. I could never take him seriously in that feud. The matches that he won, he never won clean. It was obvious that he was the setup guy to lose the title to The Undertaker. It was obvious from minute one. Obviously, he then gained some momentum with the feud with Jeff Hardy, which was, up until Money in the Bank, was his sort of peak in WWE. And I'm still not entirely convinced that Vince sees Punk as a main event player. I'm not. I think he feels forced into putting him into that position because of the fanfare and the sort of outcry, but I don't think Vince has ever seen Punk as a consistent main eventer. I really don't. And I think Punk has scratched and clawed and climbed his way up the ladder to prove Vince wrong. He's shoved it back in Vince's face, and fair play to him for doing that. And then there's obviously Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. If the treatment of Punk has been bad, the treatment of Daniel Bryan has been absolutely fucking disgusting, in my opinion. I would, out of 10, their use of, if I had to score their use of Daniel Bryan out of 10, I would give them a 3, 4 at the most. They've taken what was definitely in the top 5 wrestlers in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't think anybody can question that. And they've taken him and made him into a laughing stock, basically, from the get-go. This stuff with Kane, like 6 months, Team Hell now, that's 6 months that he'll never ever get back. 6 months of his career, like, wasted. This is what I was talking about. I'd rather see Danielson on the indie circuit. I really would. I know that people will say he deserves to be performing in front of more people than 1,500 people in a gymnasium, but if he's going to get to do his shit and get to be the best wrestler in the world, then that's what I'd rather see him do. From a purely selfish point of view, obviously. Because and I don't want people to come on here and say they put the World Heavyweight Championship on him, whatever, blah blah. That's bollocks. When they put the World Heavyweight Championship on him, I think they were taking the piss out of him. I think it was basically one big rib. He won, as far as I can remember, he won one match clean, and that was the triple threat cage match at the Royal Rumble against Big Show and Mark Henry. He defended the title 3 times on SmackDown in January, 3 times in 1 month, and he won by disqualification, by no contest. He never ever won clean, and then he eventually lost the title in 18 seconds at WrestleMania. Are you telling me that that's credible and that's giving someone a chance? Because it ain't. It's bollocks. And this is why I'm pissed off that El Generico signed for WWE, because he's going to sell a lot of merchandise. He's going to sell replica masks for the kids and all that bollocks. But they're going to dumb down his moveset. He's going to have he's going to become a guy that's got 4 or 5 moves, generic moves. What moves is he going to be able to do? He's not going to be able to do the Brainbuster. He's not going to be able to do the Michinoku Driver. He's probably not going to be able to do the Blue Thunder Bomb. What moves is he going to be able to do? In WWE, they're not going to give him the license to do his shit that gets him over, that's got him over. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world, no doubt about it. But my fear is that he'll turn into another Sin Cara, and I would absolutely hate to see that, because, like I say, he is one of the best wrestlers in the world on the independent circuit, without a shadow of a doubt. So let's just hope it goes better than what I'm expecting it to, for his sake and for the fans' sake as well. People like me, who I would pay to watch El Generico any day of the week. But if WWE dumbs him down and turns him into a fucking robot, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that. He's maybe going to have a bit more going for him than Sin Cara. He's got a bit more size, and I think he can connect a lot more with the audience. Sin Cara's just been a fucking disaster, and the sooner they get rid of him, the better, in my opinion. I said it in a video about 6 months ago, that he'll never ever get over, in my opinion, ever. No matter what they do, no matter what he does. Like, I made a statement that I don't think Sin Cara will ever get over with WWE audience, and I stand by that. So, but then you hear WWE looking at people like Johnny Gargano, Sami Callihan, amazing independent wrestlers, and if WWE takes these guys and turns them into generic fucking, it's just, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, and I understand that they have to take the opportunity. As I said earlier, they have to take the opportunity. If WWE puts a contract on the table, 99.9% of indie wrestlers are gonna take that opportunity, and that's just the way it is. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. It really is. But so yeah, I just thought I'd put a few opinions across. If anybody's got anything to say on it, stick a comment below. But it's just a sad state of affairs, I think, for professional wrestling as a whole, that WWE can sit there and wait until someone's really hot and then cherry pick the best talent, and it's such a shame. But we're probably never going to get to see Generico as we know him again, which is a crying shame. But anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.